Hey, Roadhog, how you doing? Good to see you, bro. Going out scrapping later today? You going to see hippos and stuff today, brother? Doing okay? Just thinking about it. How about you? I'm not sure what we're going to see. Can't really afford to go to the zoo itself, but they found this free park that walks alongside the zoo. The reviews were good. So we might get to see some zoo animals. Probably not too close up. I'll have to check the next couple of days, see how much it costs to actually go in the zoo, but I doubt I can afford it right now. Sorry if the wind makes bad noise. Feels good though. I've been slowly working my way through your videos of the steam engine show. I think I'm about halfway through. And I still got like a couple left. What's this sign say? Not that much time. I'm gonna switch over the map, Google Maps real quick, and just see how much it is to go in the zoo. It's under 10 bucks. Sorry about that. Sounds like fun. I'm trying to figure out how to get to the fair. Someone sent me 25 bucks to go. Oh, that's cool. Can't find a ride to go, so scrapping and hanging out with my teddy bear, aka Dash Hound. Yeah, I just flipped over to the map, Google Maps, to see how much it costs to get an actual zoo, and it's $33 to get in the zoo. Insane. Last zoo I paid to go in was up in the Panhandle, Crestview, Florida, and that one was only $15. And I sure miss in Missouri, St. Louis Zoo. It's huge. It's got polar bears, penguins, giraffes, all kinds of things, and it's free. It's completely free. I don't know if there's any other zoos like it though in the nation. It's like the one thing I miss about Missouri, man. How far is the fair from you? Too far for your bike, I'm guessing. Sounds like fun in 4.5 miles. That's doable with a bike, but I'd be worried that someone would steal it there. Once you get there, you don't know if there'd be a place you could chain it up. Too far to walk. I know they're mostly for kids, but I have always wanted one of those. Someday I might get them a pair of those shoes that have the wheels in the bottom of them. Probably not too good for your back, but be fun. So I get in a habit of walking really fast. I don't know why. Makes the camera jerky. Slow down. Lots of lizards. What's this? Red-shouldered hawk. Often seen freewheeling high in the sky or perched on a fence or wire. The red-shouldered hawk is one of the area's most frequently observed birds of prey. These boldly patterned raptors are usually found by the water in forested areas, snatching up frogs, insects, rodents, or small birds. I always like that another name for birds of prey is raptors. Reminds me of Jurassic Park. Three and a half miles. The back road's not the safest, and I would ride it all around the fair, but it's hurting my arms just thinking about it. Yeah, I've seen you push your bike around, and it looks like quite the workout. Looks like you've done some welding on that bike. Did you do that welding yourself, or was it like that when you got it? You did? Wow. That's cool. I took a welding class in school. I enjoyed that quite a bit. Haven't got a chance to do any since. Read this sign and let that person walk past me. American alligator. These gigantic reptiles were an important food source for the earliest Floridians. Didn't know that. Low in fat and high in protein, their tender meat provides nourishment from Native Americans and European settlers alike. Today, alligator meat is available from alligator farms and through regulated hunting. The bike was a 3-wheel Schwinn trike frame. Oh wow. So you kind of merged 2 bikes together. That's cool. Have you thought about in the future then, like, could you weld like another 3rd wheel or something on it so it would stand on its own? I think you do have like a, or like pull a cart with it. You need to think of a way you can mount an umbrella sticking out the top of that, or I don't know, maybe it doesn't get hot and humid like it does here in Florida. I'm carrying an umbrella with me just in case the sun decides to pop out. I did a live stream 2 days ago. I found a free. Oh, it does stand on its own? Oh, that's cool. I managed to find one of the only free things that Disney offers. And it was this overlook park, like a lodge, or really nice lodge, but there was 3 places in the overlook you could look, and there was drafts there, but they were too far to see with the camera. But there was got to see like 40 flamingos, and I was like 10 feet away from them. So I just stood and live streamed them for an hour and 15 minutes. I even was underneath an umbrella and had a wet rag on top of my head the whole time. And towards the end, there was like no wind the whole time. I felt like I was gonna collapse. I was exhausted after that. Never been so exhausted from standing in one place. It has been getting hot. I've heard a lot of states and even different countries are going through kind of a heat wave. Everybody's looking forward to the fall. I've been using my live streams. I gotta have a cough drop or 2 with me. So I notice even if I like drink water, my mouth is getting dried out real quickly. This has been the first day in the many weeks that I've been able to walk around at this time of day without using my umbrella from the sun. They're calling for rain soon, so I was going to live stream a rocket launch about an hour ago from Cape Canaveral, but it got postponed until tomorrow. But it looks like the rocket's all sitting up on the launch pad ready to go. I think they're still calling for rain tomorrow, even more of a chance, but so hopefully. But with it being right on the coast, the wind, it's crazy how fast the wind or rain comes and goes. So hopefully it launches tomorrow. I don't have to drive there, waste another trip there again, see that it's been postponed again. Butterflies are important pollinators and environmental indicators. Have to have a drink handy when I'm filming too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a free hand with me, so I left my water in the van just to make sure to drink a bunch. I gotta figure a way to carry a bottle. I've always got one hand and holding the umbrella, and the other hand's carrying this. Got this Omnipod. It's called. I got from Walmart for 15 bucks, and then it's got so I can actually. I'm not actually holding the phone. It's got like a handle. You can split apart the handle to make a tripod, or you can even extend it up like 3 feet. It's really come in handy. But I don't have any free hands to carry water. Was it pretty hot and humid at that steam engine show? Oh, is there supposed to be some animals at this point, or is it just the animals are watching us from afar walking up and down this boardwalk? This is a nice walk. I have someone to talk to. Lucky too, I forgot to put on my bug spray. It's in my van. I haven't been. Nothing's bit me so far. Have to get one of those somewhere, and yes, it was. It got burnt and tan. Yeah, it looked like it was a pretty hot day. People can't tell that when we're recording. Sometimes how much effort we're putting into filming something. Yeah, I had a different tripod from Walmart that I had been using for about a year. It was a little flexible one with little flexible legs that I use pretty often. It's really good with the flexible legs. You can set it, if there was like a river or something or waterfall, I could have the tripod set on any angle and do a nice steady shot. So when I was staying with my parents a few weeks back, I would take that and I'd put it outside and point it up at the sky and live stream that for hours to get some watch hours. But it was only like a foot tall, so you really just only get a view from the ground level. Where this Omnipod, it doesn't have the flexible legs, but it extends 2-3 feet. It's a lot more versatile. I don't know if you heard that thunder. Man, this looks like something you'd see in Jurassic Park. See some raptors out there. That'd be great video. What's this saying? 9-banded armadillo. That's weird. There was someone walking behind me. They disappeared. Although it's true that these insect-eating burrowers can carry the leprosy bacterium, your chances of contracting the disease from the armadillo are slim to none. Armadillos only transfer leprosy to humans when being handled or eaten. That's good to know. Further, only 5% of people are genetically susceptible susceptible to the disease. Most Americans diagnosed with leprosy contracted it from other people while overseas. It's pretty interesting. I actually got I don't know if you've seen, it's pretty far down my video list, but I got a regular video and a short where I got like 3 feet away from an armadillo just a few days before I left my parents. I was borrowing my mom's bike and riding it around the neighborhood. And right as I was getting ready to leave the neighborhood and go down the highway, it was right there across the street from a police officer's house. There was 2 of them. Exactly right. I enjoyed it. I knew it was going to happen again this year. Last year it took me a few weeks to feel right again, but I love it so much. Yeah, it looked like a pretty unique event. It's worth the effort for sure. There's a girl coming. I'm waiting for her to pass. That's some dense foliage. Oh. I was like saying hello, but then, she had headphones on, and so I just said, not gonna pass it up if I don't have to. Hello, Sans, how you doing? Boardwalk, let's go for a ways, because when I was at my car, she walked past me. She was walking very fast. So, I'm curious how far down this goes. Hope there's some kind of animal at the end. I 8 people watching. I appreciate that, guys. Anybody's watching, hope you're all having a good day, wherever you're watching from. Just turned 1 p.m. here. I'm not exactly what town I'm in. I just left Cocoa, Florida. And I'm pretty close to Melbourne, Florida. That's where I'm staying. What'd you guys have for lunch? Roadhog and Sands? You're 1,000 miles away from me, and it's the same time zone that we're in. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how it works out like that. There was one time I was talking to someone in a live stream, and they were in Canada, so they were even farther away. But it was the same time. I was gonna say I don't think it's 1,000, but it might actually be around there. Because I knew from the Panhandle to Missouri, where I'm from, I was like 700 miles. And I'm farther down Florida now, and you're farther way up in Missouri. Didn't have anything yet. I don't know for sure yet. It's the Hernandez-Caprone Trail. Nothing occurred to disturb the quiet of the night, except the wolves in the neighboring forest responding howl for howl. It's from the journal of Jacob Rhett Mott in 1838. It says, by the 19th century, American settlements along Florida's coasts had driven most of the native peoples into the interior. The Seminoles, Florida's largest tribe, engaged in a series of battles with the encroaching Americans. By 1837, the Second Seminole War was raging all across the Florida peninsula. Aside from a series of small fortresses, the east coast of Florida, from St. Augustine to Fort Caprone, today's Fort Pierce, was abandoned by the American settlers. This one's Brigadier General Joseph Marion Hernandez. Late in the year 1837, the United States Army began construction of a road along the Atlantic Coast Ridge. The road was to be 16 feet wide and strong enough to support wagons, cavalry, and cannon. By the spring of 1838, Brigadier General Hernandez and his men had built more than 200 miles of road out of the swamps and forests using nothing but hand tools, sweat, and human effort. Today, the remains of the Hernandez-Caprone Trail, Florida's ancient highway for animals and humans, lie just a short distance to your east. And there's a old map showing the Hernandez-Caprone Trail running north from Fort Caprone. You're in Michigan, that's right. I don't know. I think I might have said Minnesota by accidentally. I get those two confused. I'm from Missouri. That's why I said Missouri earlier. Just out of St. Louis. But Michigan, you're farther up, so you're probably... I'm curious. Maybe after the stream, I would flip over now to the maps and do a quick search. I'm just curious how many miles it is from Cocoa, Florida to Michigan. I'm guessing it's probably, maybe 1,500 miles. It says I've traveled 1 mile. Linear distance traveled 1 mile. Bobcat. Like almost every mid-sized carnivore, bobcats are often persecuted for killing pets and livestock. By properly securing your animals, especially at night, you can significantly reduce the odds of an unpleasant interaction with bobcats who, after all, were here long before your pet. use like maybe a more lifelike picture. I was wanting to do at least an hour live stream today, and streaming for 32 minutes can take me another half hour to walk back, even if I get to the end's about to come up here. I do see a gate. So is that fair going on today and tomorrow, Roadhog, or is it today only? Hello? Speedy today and tomorrow, yes. That's good. It's going on for 2 days. Sorry about me jerking the camera. It's an old habit. I'm always speed walking everywhere. Still not used to live streams walking. You gotta walk slower to keep it from jerking around constantly. It's been going on from the 29th of last month. Oh wow, so it's a month-long fair? Well, we're not today. We're at the beginning of, today's August the 3rd. It's actually my mom's birthday today. So 29th, that'd be like 4 or 5 days. It's been many years since I've been to a fair. Pretty close to a decade. I'd want to go just to try some different fried foods. Tell Mom happy birthday when you talk to her. I will. Appreciate that. Yeah, they're up on the Panhandle about 8 or 9 hours away from me. It's crazy how big Florida is. I lived in the Panhandle for about 6 years after moving up from Missouri. Oh, there's a cool turtle. Big turtle. Yeah, at least we get to see something. I'm gonna switch out just so I can do a quick short real quick, and then I'll switch back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to Sorry about that, guys. Any chance you get to take a short? Short's the best way to get new subscribers. I'm not sure. This may be a gopher turtle. They're actually endangered. He likes that clover. It's okay. Afternoon. Not sure. It might be a gopher turtle. They're actually endangered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You too. Elephant ear and a fry is what I was wanting. Is that name's a food? I've heard of elephant ear plants. I can actually hear him breathing. It sounds like he's got like a stuffed up nose, or I don't know if they all always breathe like that, but I can hear him a whistle when he breathes. He's like, if you're not gonna hurt me, I'm just gonna keep on eating and walking. Hey Paige, Stepher, how are you doing today? Doing great. It's good to hear. The Carl Shield. It's fried dough with cinnamon sugar on it, French fries. Oh, that sounds good. Zoom in a little bit so I don't have to hold the camera so close to him. What kind of turtle is that, Stuffer? I could be wrong, but I think it might be a gopher turtle. They're actually endangered. And they actually live underground. I've heard. He does look like his shell is very dirty and sandy, like he was underground. Never seen another one this close when I was in Pensacola, but the sun was out, so I wasn't able to hold my phone near it for so long couldn't risk overheating my phone. Luckily, we got a nice cloudy, overcast day, so I can get this guy a little interview. Looks like he's about to head into the woods here. As you can see, there's like dirt on sand all over his back, like he was underground. And there he goes. There's even like a fence or something he just went right through. That was awesome. Even if that's the only animal I get to see on this zoo walk, I made it. I was able to show one thing in the stream. Besides I've seen like a dozen lizards. Sorry about that. They really need to add like a slider of some sort where you can change the zoom. Because just pinching and zooming in and out, it usually doesn't work too well. It'd be nice if I could just tap 2x zoom. Check my battery. 56%, I'm good. I'm just happy I've got full service. It's crazy. I've been like here. I'm walking. There's not really. The city isn't that close. There's like an interstate. You can probably hear a little bit, but I'm pretty far from any populated areas, so. But I got full service, which is nice. But there's been times I've tried to do a live stream within places you would think in a city or town or at a park that was, you would think there'd be full service and there wasn't. And it just ruins the stream. I'm glad I was walking fast earlier, otherwise I probably wouldn't have seen that turtle. Got some storm clouds building over there, looks like. Nice zoo. Yeah, the zoo this is called a linear, Brevard Zoo Linear Park. So it's like this long trail that's supposed to run alongside the zoo. And the review said you have a chance to glimpse animals. Other than that turtle back there, I don't know what they were referring to. I think it means that there's birds and such in the trees, and they just get to watch us walking by like we're in the zoo. It would be cool if like a crocodile walked, or alligator, walked across the path. Or a big snake I could see from afar. Sorry about the wind picking up. I might want to open my umbrella to try to block it a little bit. Probably not helping too much. It seems like the wind's coming straight at me down this pathway. I was like, maybe I'll walk on the grass to take some pressure off my knees, and then some kind of droppings or something. Maybe little pellets. Strange. Might get a nice. I think the walk back might be rained on. You can start to hear a little bit hitting the umbrella. It's a good idea to always bring an umbrella with you when you're out walking. Besides the rain, great protection from the sun and the wind for the camera. One part of the umbrella flopping down when I tripped one day and broke one of the legs on the umbrella. I like these trees with the I thought it was called like bearded moss, but it might be on different trees, but this is called Spanish moss. Hangs from a lot of these big live oaks here in Florida. I actually read that Spanish moss, they used to, in the early days of Florida, they actually used it to stuff, for stuffing in furniture. Sorry about that. The wind actually smacked the umbrella pole right into my head. This wind is just not letting me have the umbrella out. And hopefully this path is still going. I'm determined to see it to the end. raining there as well, Carl? You're in Dublin. I've heard you guys get a lot of rain over there. nice. Where are we at? Oh, hey, it's a hamburger's life for me. Good to see you, bro. I'm actually not sure what town I'm technically in. I'm in between Cocoa and Melbourne, Florida. This place is called a Brevard Zoo Linear Park. I thought it was going to be like a walkway that wraps around the zoo to where you could see the zoo animals from afar. It costs too much to go into the zoo itself. It's like $34 a person. But so far, only animals I've seen is a bunch of lizards. But I did actually see a huge turtle. I'll have to post a short of that. I took a short, I'll post of it later and a highlight. I would tell you to rewind, but I don't know how far back it was. It's probably about 20 minutes or so. How's your day going, man? You've actually been here? No way. Vacation there, and yes, it's expensive. What state you live in? You in Florida as well, or? That's crazy. You've been here. Minnesota, okay. That's what I got earlier. This guy Roadhog. Not sure if he's still here watching, but he lives in Michigan. So I was getting confused. That's cool. You're in Minnesota. Probably so you might be in the same time zone as me. It's 1:45 here. Or you might be in the central time zone. And I was just thinking about your videos earlier. You are quite the burger artist. And that community post, you did that, man, that looked amazing. Cool, Roadhog, yes, we are central. Guess I thought Minnesota was central. I traveled through Minnesota last year. I took a road trip around the U.S. by myself. And I didn't really know what to check in Minnesota, but I wanted to go see the Mall of America. So I went there. Didn't buy anything, just ate at the food court. Which was pretty good. It definitely was a huge mall. What'd you have for lunch? Hamburger's life. Think of it. You got a nickname I could call you or something? I could just call you the Hamburglar. That's fine too. And this has got to be the end of it, the trail coming up here. Sorry, walked fast and bounced the camera around. I might walk to the end of that bridge and then turn around. I don't know how far it goes, but I passed a sign back there that said it had been 2 miles. So that means I got 2 mile walk back. My knees are already feeling it. Wasn't exactly planning on doing a 4-mile walk. It's like, I don't know if that what goes back to the parking lot. See, I probably won't walk on this bridge because it probably cell service is already starting to drop near it. Hate not. Really wanted to see the end, turn around, but probably be anticlimactic anyway. You guys hear that thunder? There's a snake. cool snake. I was waiting for someone to say, you by chance you can you identify that? I have no idea. It's be about 3 feet long. Kind of tell since he's not in a straight line. Switch over to video real quick, get a little short of him moving. Wow. He tried reaching up for that branch. And he missed and fell off. Had about a 5-foot drop down to the ground. Back to van. Hello. Hello. Hey, Christine V. Been a while. How you doing? I'm actually getting kind of towards the end of this walk. Coming up on 2 hours. I didn't know it was going to be this long a trail. I didn't even get to the end. I got past where I was about a ways past the 2 mile marker and just turn around. I've been doing all right. Seen this is called the Brevard Zoo Linear Park. So from the reviews and description, I thought it was going to be like a boardwalk that wrapped around the zoo. There's a zoo nearby. I thought the boardwalk was going to kind of wrap around the zoo, and you could see the animals from afar. But it ended up just being a 3 mile walk, but about 30 minutes ago, seen a 3-foot snake. It was up here on one of the railings, and then about a half hour, 45 minutes before that, saw a huge turtle about the size of 4 tennis shoes pushed together. If I wouldn't have seen the big snake, and I took a short of that and highlight, and same for the turtle. If it wouldn't have been for those animals, I would have been highly disappointed with this walk. But should get a decent number of watch hours off it. And luckily, since I brought my umbrella, it's actually been a very enjoyable walk. Earlier, it was the wind. When it started raining, the wind was picking up real bad, and it actually turned my umbrella inside out, and it whipped the pole against my head, and the wind was getting so bad it didn't want me to keep the umbrella up, but it's died down now, so it feels pretty good. It's not even that humid. Only had like 1 or 2 mosquitoes bite me, even though I forgot to put on bug spray. Be safe out there. Luckily, this walkway is pretty easy to see things from afar. Not like a few weeks back when I was walking out in the woods in Pensacola and I almost stepped on a snake. I just happened to turn to the side, look at a tree, and then as I turned back, it was right in front of me. Luckily, this one was easy to spot from afar. I was like, whoa, a snake. And it was probably like, whoa, a human. So what'd you have for lunch? Seen countless lizards. Like a good drinking game. Take a shot every time I see a lizard. I've seen at least 20 lizards so far. Maybe not shots. Just drinks from a beer or margarita. There's another lizard. It was funny, the snake was different railing than this. It was kind of had a flattened top at an angle. And the snake was kind of not in a straight line going across the railing. It was, kind of going back and forth across it, and then it leapt its body up. It didn't leap, it pushed part of its body up trying to reach a branch, and it was starting to grab hold of the branch, and then I guess it was too slipping. The snake just fell off, like a 6-foot drop down to the ground. So I took a highlight of that. I'll post another time. No lunch yet with my daughter at the urgent care. Oh no, she's having bad sinus issues. Has that happened before with her? Send her my regards. Sorry, I keep forgetting I walk too fast. Makes the camera jerky. Kind of ready to get this walk over with. It's been just crossed the 2-hour mark. Got a half mile left. It's not too bad. Hopefully there's like no wind now, so shouldn't be hurting the audio. How did I miss this information earlier? I was reading them and I totally didn't see this one. It says feral pigs. We don't often spot pigs in the trail, but the messes they leave behind are plain to see. Brought to Florida in the 16th century for food, these introduced porkers wallow in and root through our landscapes. They can have a devastating effect on native plants and the animals that depend on them. That's something I haven't seen yet in the wild is a feral pig. I've heard they can be really destroy farmers' crops. Is there other people out in the trail? Yeah, I've passed there was just a family that went by. Older couple with a kid and a dog, and seen probably about 6 or so different people on bikes going by. A few different women walking by themselves. Probably about a dozen people or so. How's the hotel room and the breakfast? Waffles? Actually, I'm staying at a extended stay now, so there's no breakfast, but it's actually the best place I've stayed at too far. Nice big room. Here comes someone now on a bike. Nice big room, nice bathroom. But the best part of being an extended stay is it's got a kitchenette, so whereas hotel rooms, just regular hotels, just have little mini fridges. This has actually got a full-size fridge with freezer and big microwave, and actually a stovetop. And with it being an extended stay, they don't come in the room, which is a big thing for me. The last place I stayed at just a couple days ago, I stayed there for 4 nights, and I checked in. They're like, we come in the room every 2 days. And I said, well, is there do not disturb signs? And they said, well, if you let us know, we won't come in. And I said, yeah, I got my own sheets, so towels, I don't need anything. And they're like, okay. And they even like made a note of it. But then both the second day and the third morning, they're banging on the door loudly, waking me up. Three-wheel bike. That's good. You need some more space sometimes, I'm sure. Have you cooked anything? Oh, I just checked into the room a day or two ago, so I've just been... Last night was my second night, so I've just been using the microwave. Just happy to have something besides those tiny little mini fridges. Sometimes they don't, half of them take 8 hours just to chill water. Most of them don't even have even freezer compartments. So after I get back to my van a little bit, I'm heading to a Walmart and getting a few things. Yeah, it's probably for the best too, for a while not to have these hotel breakfasts. I remember when I was a kid, to come with my parents down to Florida for a week in the summer, 20 years ago, and continental breakfasts then actually had like fruit and a variety of stuff. Now they're all just sugar. I don't know, maybe the nicer hotels have decent breakfast, but the last dozen or so I've stayed at that did have breakfast, they're just cheap cereals, waffles, and once in a while you get lucky and you'll find one. I've stayed at like one hotel that offered sugar-free syrup, and last year I stayed at a hotel in Kansas, and they actually gave out little meal tickets, and they had like a restaurant, and you could choose from a menu what you wanted. So you could actually get scrambled eggs, biscuits and gravy, different like real food. They weren't very big portions. It wasn't like a buffet. You just got a certain size, but it was nice having a choice. Best though I ever had was this hotel in Alabama last year, and that one spoiled me. The menu actually changed every day. They had sausage links, big trays of bacon, sliced ham. They actually had like a toppings bar for the waffles, plus all different kind of pastries and juices. That one just ruined me. Keep saying you need a good home cooked meal. Yeah, it's been a while since I had one of those. I would make you something, but you don't want to come down to New Mexico anytime soon. What do you mean, come up and over? I think I'm down from you. I was getting pretty close to southern Florida. Now I'm staying in Melbourne, so I'm on the East Coast. There's actually like a hurricane heading for the Gulf Coast side, but it's showing it's not coming. I'm right outside of it. Most hurricanes, tropical storms, they always seem to come up the Gulf Coast side and not the Atlantic side. You could mail me something from New Mexico, but it probably would spoil by the time I got here. Put enough peppers in it, might preserve it. So has your daughter had to go to the hospital before for sinuses? Was this the first time? I always assume everyone is north of us for some reason. With the elevation too, you're probably literally higher than everyone. You're up on a pedestal looking down at us. I'm just kidding. I don't think the enchiladas would show over well in the mail. No. I'm not sure how good dehydrated enchiladas would be. You don't happen to make any kind of jerky, do you? So I'm finally coming to the end of the trail. She always has had allergies and some sinus stuff going on. That's one thing I've been lucky with. I've never had any allergies. About like a week ago, I had like this 24-hour cold. And It was when you hear me sneezing on that one walk I did, and then I went back to the hotel and I just was sneezing all night. And I was like, man, I hope this goes the way in the morning so I can go to the breakfast. Luckily, I got up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was still had a runny nose, was still sneezing a little bit, but then got up at 9 o'clock and sinuses was dried up, and I was able to go to the breakfast. Didn't sneeze once, thankfully. Cough. So it was literally just a 12-hour, 24-hour bug, which I probably got from the breakfast. I can do some jerky for sure. Just let me know where you want it sent. Have you ever done that before? You ever made jerky, I mean? Same with me. The last day or two I've been with the sneezes and a bit of congestion, and I hate it. It was, even though I'd had it for less than a day, it was pretty unpleasant. My sneezes kept coming in threes, too. I made it before. We have a dehydrator. Oh, that's cool. And my dad used to have a dehydrator, and when we lived in Missouri growing up, he would make deer jerky, and then a couple times he did some other vegetables. Yep, now I'm back at the parking lot. I'm going to stop the stream. Really surprised it ended up being a 2-hour and 15-minute walk. Stop for a couple minutes to kind of interview the snake and turtle. A 3 sneeze guy, yeah. 3's my number, born the 3rd day of the 3rd month. But anybody that's still watching or watches this later, greatly appreciate it. Hope you all have a good afternoon or evening, wherever state or country you're watching from. Hope everybody travels safe. Please consider becoming a channel member. Just reached that recently. Even the 99-cent level would help me out. But otherwise, just keep just watching the videos. Helps me a lot with the watch hours. I'm getting close to the 4,000 mark. So hope it'll get the ads. It was nice talking for a bit. Miss chatting with you. Yeah, I was just thinking about you recently, actually. I was getting ready to leave a comment on one of your videos. Was hoping you were doing all right. And the whole time staying at now, it's got too slow of internet to do live stream any kind of games. But I got a few videos saved I can do premieres on. I hope you have a good night. Take care.